Safasa pheli sizwe simnyama ikwasafa
isizwe saba
yavula moya hani bonke lize wemphanye wemodo asafasa pheli sizwe simnyama ikwasafa
isizwe saba.
Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome to the broadcast of today. Welcome to Ancient to Do, where we deal with matters the way we ought to. It's always a good and wonderful thing to be here, always, to address certain issues that needs to be talked about. Issues that surely awakens you. All right. As you all can see on your screen, it says, I apologize to you. That one is coming from the man known as General Langley. So for that reason, the title of the program today is General Langley apologizes to Traore. General Langley apologizes to Traore. Look at it there, up in your screen. So, without taking much of our time, we are going to dive into this program as quickly as we can, so that we would be able to analyze this program constructively and shed light into areas or places that will awaken your consciousness so that you will be able to think. All right? Good. So, before we go further or deeper into what brought us here today, as you all may know, that this program basically came up because of what is on ground, what is playing right now. Not just in the Sahel region, but around the globe generally. So for that reason, we decided to speak about it. General Langley once accused Traore of selling the gold of Burkina Faso and used it, or perhaps is using it for himself to secure his bid in the office as the president of Burkina Faso. Well and good, we carefully took our time to look at what Mr. Langley said. As usual, you all may know that whatsoever that has transpired up to this very point that we are in truly centers and focuses on the black continent of Africa. A place so rich that it maintains 30% of all mineral resources on earth. 30% because that is what they said. But we know that if Africa doesn't control the mineral resources of this world, Africa definitely will be controlling like 50 to 60% of the mineral resources of this world. After the Second World War, even the First World War also, perhaps not just First and Second World War, from generation before now, the land has been exploited and resources have always been taken out from this land on the motherland and taken to develop other places. The height of it was after the Second World War. The resources taken from Africa was used to reconstruct the entire Europe and every other places that the war affected. Yet we have some people tagging Africa as a shithole. Yeah, that is the general concession or the belief or the state of mind of those in the West. NATO alliance led by US, and the man that said that was Donald Trump. He said Africa is a shithole. As he got into office in his administration, the inauguration day, he never invited any of the African presidents. After the inauguration day, he swept into action. He banned 22 African countries, 22, 2 and 2, from entering the US, tight visa policies. He shortened the educational routes to US for Africans. He put an iron claw on Africans. He never regarded them up to the point that he said Lesotho doesn't exist. That even Congo, he doesn't know what Congo means. Okay? And at some point, he decided to offer aid to African countries, 10 African countries that are mineral rich. And the 10 of them unanimously rejected him. Some pivoted to Russia, while the others looked to China. For that reason, Donald Trump said he's going to shut down most of the embassies, American embassies in Africa, but he will leave the military command there. That is what Donald Trump said. That's what Donald Trump said. Then the battle began between, or perhaps what's going on in the Sahel, carried out by the three musketeers, the three heroes that the world, or perhaps the Western-led media and political class, call juntas. These are patriotic gentlemen from Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso. They are what we call heroes. They took the bull by the horn and decided, there they are on your screen, and decided to change the narratives of what has been said about the land. The transformation got so hot that Donald Trump, that initially targeted South Africa specifically because of land control issues, that had to look the other way and invited Traore. Traore rejected the invitation. It infuriated Trump. He wasn't pleased with that because other lapdogs, the African president, parents, fathers, mothers, they are begging to have a one-on-one conversation with Donald Trump. And even if they go to America, peradventure, Donald Trump doesn't host them in the White House, in the Oval Office. He has never ever hosted them there. Instead, he will look for any other place to host them because they are not important. But this time around, he gave the golden ticket to Traore. Come to the Oval Office. I want to see you. Traore took that golden ticket, tossed it into the dustbin. Then came the allegation from the Trump administration, and they brought in this man that you see on your screen. This black man. Because the blacks are so used to betrayals. They are saboteurs by nature. The blacks can do anything and everything just to get ahead. They brought in a black man, a black coon, a saboteur called General Langley. And Langley rightfully said that Traore is selling the gold of Burkina Faso, using it for his own personal gains. There was no accusation against Traore, just that he is selling the gold, using it for his own personal gain. And the entire world knows the truth of what Traore is doing. Top African YouTubers, many of them have gone to Burkina Faso today, a country that was insurgent stricken by Islamic bandits. Under the leadership of Traore, the country is turning around. Now it's a self-sufficient country when it comes to feeding her people. So America came with a card, the Trump card. That card is usually a card of destruction. When we say Trump card, we don't mean Donald Trump. To some of you that will start thinking that, oh, he's referring to Donald Trump. No, Trump card simply means like a checkmate. Oh, this is the last card. We surrender you. It's game over for you. That's what we mean by Trump card. So, they came up with that card, looking for a way to take him down. For your information, Traore have survived multiple coups from 2 years ago till today. Every day his life has been attempted. That is why he's always ready. France have failed several ways. ECOWAS, African Union, and every other lapdogs have failed to topple Traore. Now, the uncle of wickedness, the big daddy of wickedness, United States of America, was invited by their teammates, NATO teammates, France and European Union. America, use your military clout, go to Burkina Faso and destabilize the country, destroy the country, bring it down to rubble, then we'll come and rule over the ashes. You know, the Chinese adage says a wicked man will destroy a country, burn it down, then rule over the ashes. That is the last card they decided to play. So they brought in who? They brought in this idiot on your screen. This black evil man on your screen. He came and he was interviewed by the US Senate. Here he vomited all the rubbish that he needed to vomit and said they are going to move in. Donald Trump said the US embassy will shut down. They will leave the military command. If you are shutting down US embassy in Africa, take your military elsewhere. Take it out of Africa. America has about 50 states, almost equivalent to what Africa has. Take your military command, put it in those 50 states. We don't need it in Africa. We don't. Because you guys have been in Africa, yet banditry continues. People die every day. Suddenly, coming from the White House, a warning coming from the White House. They said Burkina Faso is the most unstable place on earth, and they put a ban. Nobody should go there. Level 4 restriction, which is the highest. That side is deadly. Don't go there anymore. But on the ground, we have Africans, diasporans traveling to Burkina Faso, taking citizenship there because of the transformation that is currently going on in Burkina Faso. That Trump administration said, don't go there. Then they arranged this evil man on your screen. Go and kill your own people. Mere looking at his face, you can see he's a serpent. So he bolted out. Then we cried out. Then came the global uprising. Then came Emmanuel Macron. Emmanuel Macron said lately, protest all you want. Africans cannot rule themselves. We will never ever get out of Africa. We are going to control Africa. So now to the useless fathers of Africa, led by PLO Lumumba, have any one of you stood up to call out Macron for what he said? To those of you that reference Lumumba, Hmm? Have any African leader spoken to Macron and put him in his place? No. But Africa can form an alliance. Someone said the other day, it's good for Africa to unite. Let's work with Traore, with the guys from the Sahel. And we said no. Because relatively, anything Africa is usually a sleeper cell. Once they come in, they destroy you from the inside. But these three wise men that are running the Sahel, they know these things. All the noise that William Ruto has been making lately, all the noise that Ruto has been making lately about taking care of situation on ground, about taking care of situations around Africa, calling out the Western world for what they are, and so on and so forth. Some people started praising Ruto. I said, no, don't praise him. That guy is a serpent. He's a snake. He's a sellout. In fact, he's not a sellout. He is sold out already. So, they brought up a debate between Macron and Ruto, where Ruto was hammering down on Macron and people started praising him. They never knew it was a script. Today, you see this man on your screen. We know why we put him there. He's apologizing. We'll come back to him. Today, this same man that you see on your screen, look at him in Kenya. Look at him in Kenya. That's him in Kenya. Look at him again in Cote d'Ivoire. Now, this one in Kenya, in Cote d'Ivoire, that is the Ivorian president. Look at how that man is seated. This one is, I don't know what should I call it. Is it the Napoleon of the animal farm? The Napoleon of the animal farm that eats corruption. In fact, he's a corruption. He alone is corruption. Look at how round. These ones can't think. They don't have anything to offer. Nothing at all. When you ask them, we heard that you are going to bring 800,000 jobs. How are you going to do it? You hear them say, I'll bring that one here so that you all will also see. Then you will understand where we are coming from. Look at Langley. Remember, Cote d'Ivoire shares land border with Burkina Faso, and 90% or 95% of the attacks and coup plots that has been taking place in that land, it all filtered through Cote d'Ivoire. They have a safe haven there. They want to topple Traore at all costs. Langley said that they are coming for the gold. They want to liberate the people of Burkina Faso that are now happy. Many of them are returning back to their homes after being out from their homes for over 10 years. As Islamic insurgents keeps killing them daily. America has a military base there. France has a military base there. They do nothing. They just keep mining the resources, taking it to their countries. So now, someone wants to change the status quo, and it has triggered the bubble. From there, this is Cote d'Ivoire. From there, he moved over to Kenya. You know, people were debating. I told them that, look, headquarters of saboteurs that sold out the entire black race and that is still selling till today is number one, Nigeria. Let me not even say Nigeria. Number one, Ghana. Never ever trust the Ghanaians for anything. Never. Those people are bloody saboteurs. The people that conquered Africa, if they are more than 5,000, they are never up to 10,000. But the foot niggers or Negroes they use as their foot soldiers that help them to conquer the terrain were people from Ashanti. Ghana. Ghana. Till today, they are still selling out. Till this very moment. Don't trust Ghanaians. Never ever trust the Nigerians. Because those ones are experts in destroying from inside. They come to you smiling, but they have already sold it before they started smiling. That smile on their face is a confirmation that, hey, this is your merchandise. Come and carry. We are done with the deal. Number 3, the Congo. Give them anything, more especially women or naked women. Congo will sell you for nothing, for free. Give them naked women, give them drink. Make them feel good, they will sell off. That's why today, Congo is in a mess, it's in a turmoil. Then we move over to Kenya. Kenya, just don't tell them, sabotage your people. Kenya will call you and say, is there any deal? I'm willing to sabotage my people. That is Kenya for you. South Africa, just give them the ability to live a lewd or stupid lifestyle. And they are ready to give you everything. You see these 5 countries, it will be difficult to trust them. South Africa could have had an edge. Because if they say something, they go all out to do it together. But the stupidity in them can never ever allow them to see the right thing. The stupidity in them. Out of their 5, South Africa is the one that even had something called one mindset. But that their one mindset is a mindset of foolishness. So you see, these 5 countries could have changed the narrative of Africa. Then, why I never counted Cote d'Ivoire or maybe Senegal, more especially Cote d'Ivoire, is they don't exist to me because those ones are forever foot soldiers. So whatever you see Senegal do in the name of rebellion or Gabon is just, let us act like that, just in case. If this side falls, we are still okay. So the enemies can still be surviving. They still have a lifeline from Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Gabon, even Togo. You see, that is the best explanation that I have to describe the Black Africans. So, don't come here to start feeling offended that I mentioned your country. There's something must be wrong with you. If what we are saying here or preaching here is the truth, you can confirm it. Don't defend what you cannot defend or what is indefensible that can never ever be defended because you want to be a national right or political correctness. What made you feel that you are a South African? What made you feel that you are a Nigerian? Mad people everywhere. You are claiming to be a South African, a Congolese, a Ghanaian, a Kenyan by the line drawn for you at Berlin conference by the same Europeans that said today, it's not yesterday, today, that Africans cannot survive on their own. They need us because they are useless. Emmanuel Macron said that thing. How many African leaders get this message? Share it. That's why I'm calm addressing this issue now. Share this message. Let it get to that saboteur called Lumumba. How many of them have addressed that issue? 2 years ago or 3 years ago, during the corona, the lockdown, so-called virus. The same France said Africa must be used as a testing ground for these vaccines, even when the virus is not in Africa. that because they tested HIV/AIDS in South Africa on South Africans, those scientists, they said, those doctors from France, they said it. One African leader, one till this moment, has never ever addressed that issue. That's why Africans are useless. The only people that stood up and challenged them was Didier Drogba from Cote d'Ivoire and Samuel Eto'o from Cameroon. Those are the only two people that addressed that issue. And they fought against it. Why they were fighting, what made them to give up was African leaders have collected money already. First to collect was from the Congo. They tested the vaccine on them. The next one to collect, I don't know. But we know of South Africa doing or perhaps digging 1.5 million graves, arming the soldiers with guns, weapons. I started wondering, is coronavirus a human being or alien? South African military got dressed like they are going for war. Now the war came in Congo against M23. They went there and the entire military of South Africa was captured. From there that they captured them, nearly all the female soldiers got pregnant. The same people that carried gun looking for corona, now they carried the gun to the war front. Instead of defeating the enemies captured them and they all got pregnant. Can't you see that something is wrong? It's happening again now. African countries are signing up with this man on your screen, Langley. They are signing up with him, ready to invade. Ready to invade Cote d'Ivoire. Ready to invade Burkina Faso. This is what Langley said when he went to Kenya. This is what happened in Kenya. Let's put it up on your screen so that you can see. It says, breaking news, General Michael Langley of the United States, who accused President Traore of safeguarding Burkina Faso's gold reserve for personal interests, have received a warm welcome from Kenyan authorities. He said Burkina Faso's gold. They didn't say White House gold. They didn't say gold of Paris. He never said the gold of London. He said Burkina Faso's gold. That is how these people are criminals. Shameless criminals. This is Shanty Do. Follow this channel for more. Share this program. He said he received a warm welcome from the Kenya authorities. Says, let's continue. It says this development sheds light on why Kenya's president and certain politicians are against President Traore, claiming he does not advocate for democracy in Burkina Faso. Now, I want to ask a question. Between the human lives and an inanimate thing, a conscript that was created from thin air and called democracy and human life, which one comes first? I'm asking this question. Professor PLO Lumumba, the question is for you. If Ante Diop was alive, the question would be for him too. But because I know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said any black man that says he's a professor is an animal. And that is a confirmed truth. African professors worldwide, from Yale to Harvard University to the University of Beijing, all African professors, this question is for you. Nnamdi Kanu said that you all are animals, and I second to that fact. Between democracy and human lives and caring for your people, which one is much more important? African professors worldwide, share this program, let it get to those universities called educated Africans. And you see them discussing democracy. Can the United States of America go to Saudi Arabia and tell them, come and practice democracy? Can they go to China or any other country? It's only Africans. Africans had something that was working for them before. They came with their Jesus Christ. They came with their Mohammed. They came with their democracy. And of recent, they came with their LGBTQWXYZ. Just name it. We had something that was working for us. Africans. That is why that small boy called Emmanuel Macron can say, you people are useless and we must rule you. In this age and time, I thought they had independence. I thought the country is a sovereign nation. America jumped in. Let me bust your bubble. It will be on the next program, but let me hint you here, because the next program is coming. As of today or yesterday, America have pulled out from Russia, Ukraine. They say they cannot solve the problem. That it is between both countries to negotiate. That they don't have the money to start flying around the world trying to preach peace. But they have the money to fly down to Africa, bringing their resources, ready to attack Burkina Faso. Ready to attack Burkina Faso. They don't have money to go there, but they have money to come here, where they will be killing and packing the gold. Look at it. Obama killed Gaddafi. Did any African leader talk about it? The answer is no. But they can come out to say they are defending democracy. Kenya, William Ruto can talk about he is not representing democracy. Ruto, who gave you the right to speak? Who? You know people that are not representing democracy. Ruto, what have you done in your own country? Or are you not the president of your country anymore? Are you not? Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. So, we move into this side, this aspect. Here is another black man on Wion Gravitas, having the guts to call his own a junta, but he can praise John Hopkins, a criminal and a slave trader. They can praise John Hopkins. They even named the University of John Hopkins in the UK, in England. Now, a man that is saving his own people, as a black slave that he is, Gravitas is in India. He can comfortably call Traore a junta. I bet you all, if one media personality, be it from Gravitas, BBC or anything, can stand on their own camera on live program and say Traore is a hero, it will go a long way to change everything. But as a black slave that they are, their stomach is far more important. Che Guevara said the stomach of a black man is far more important than his freedom. The stomach of this guy standing there now is far more important. That is why he can call his own a junta. Listen to him.
Supporters of Burkina Faso's military leader have called for a mass rally in support of the junta after the government said it had...
The heading of the junta, he can call him a junta, in support of the junta. Blacks. Apology. That is... Let me just maintain my calm. Listen to the idiots.
Foiled an attempted coup and accused America and France of influencing the country's politics. Since Traore came to power, the military government has cracked down on dissent, kidnappings and arbitrary arrests of both civilian critics and army personnel accused of plotting coups, which have increased. Here is our cover report. Since assuming leadership of Burkina Faso in September 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traore has spearheaded a bold transformation, breaking away from the entrenched foreign influence and steering the country towards self-reliance. His administration has challenged traditional power dynamics, driven economic reforms, and ignited renewed sense of sovereignty. But on April 3rd this year, while delivering a testimony on the U.S. Africa Command posture, U.S. Marine Corps General Michael Langley had a unique perspective on the leadership in Burkina Faso and Sudan. Listen to this interaction between Langley and Senator Wicker.
Stop there. He said Burkina Faso and Sudan. The mayhem United States of America created in Sudan till today is still ongoing. We were little kids. We don't even know what clothes is all about. We still played in the fields as children. It is well over 30, 40 or 50 years thereabout now that the battle going on in Sudan is still going on there. Who created that problem? It was United States of America. They did every fucking thing to unseat General Farah Aidid of the Sudan. From that time to today, Sudan has been a boiling point, a turmoil. America said they are going to deliver the people of Sudan. Look at Libya that they did in the much recent time of the evil man called Obama. The Kenyan man called Obama. The identity thief man called Obama. After shaking hands with Gaddafi, laughing with him, hugging him, he went back to the United States and declared him a terrorist. What happened? NATO went there and killed him. Have we forgotten how Lumumba of the Congo died? It was a covert CIA operation that took him out. How about Sylvanus Olympios of the Togo? Gnassingbé Eyadema was paid $600, ordinary $600, to assassinate a president. Today, we have America, France, doling out millions of dollars to Traore's military aid to take him out, but they refused. They cannot be another Gnassingbé Eyadema of Togo. Kill your own, then you come to Paris, we give you a house. And the guy said, I'd rather live in the jungle as a lion than to live in your country as a dog. You see. Now, this is a Senate hearing where the Americans used to get the stamp of approval to go into other people's land and murder them. Once the Senate approves it, American media, everybody will promote it, so America can go in there legally and commit crimes against humanity.
The ruling elite of a country.
Now, look at the way he's even talking about us, Burkina Faso. The ruling elite of Burkina Faso. Oh, the ruling elite of... That means, oh, these black people again, what are we going to do to these stupid black people? They think they are wise. It's a game. Can this man on your screen sit down like this and talk about China? Oh, Xi Jinping is acting like Winnie the Pooh. That day, China will be forced to go into war immediately with United States. None of them can say this about China. None. But it has come to Africa. He just sat like this. And Africans are there. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let him sit anyhow. Whatever that doesn't matter is what they are using to enslave you in perpetuity. Continue.
Country is receiving gratuities on the side that in order to the benefit of the strongman leader.
I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime.
All right, stop there. That's where I want to get to. He said, their gold reserves. It's not America's gold reserve. And he opened his stinking dirty mouth again, just as the black guy in Gravitas. Oh, the junta regime. You're a patriotic man. fighting for his people, saving lives in his country. Now welcoming blacks to come into Burkina Faso to earn a living, to start up a life. He said that they are juntas. The favorite English spoken by black people, the juntas. You can see where we are coming from. This one, we are not going to let this one play. This one will play later. There is a place we are going to. There is a place we are going to. And it's going to play here for you to see. Neither are we going to let this one play. In fact, let's go straight down to this very one. This very one here. This one is where we are coming to now. And we are going to let it speak, so that you all will have an understanding. It is about this criminal in Nigeria, or perhaps from Nigeria. He worked as what's it called? Media aid, the head of media department under the Jonathan-led government of Nigeria. And there, while he worked as the media aid, he stole a lot of money. He went to the United States and bought his citizenship there. He has a house there, or houses in the United States. And the guy is traveling the world today. He's claiming to be a digital nomad and a cryptocurrency mogul. Now, if you're a remote worker, a digital nomad, remote workers, get one thing straight and clear. Remote workers, they don't spend money lavishly. They don't. Because they know what it means to earn that money. And they know that they are not on pension or salary. Whatever they work out is their lifetime salary, and it will take them a lifetime or the rest of their life. So they are working at their pensions carefully. But this man called Reno Omokri stole this money while he served in the public office. Now, Reno Omokri came out and said, everything Ibrahim Traore is doing is fake, that he's a criminal. That Ibrahim Traore, get this, is using media to overblow his image. That Ibrahim Traore locked up innocent people. There is abuse of human rights. Human rights is another department of slavery. The boss of slavery is democracy. Human rights is the younger brother to the big brother, democracy. He said they are abusing the Burkinabe people rights. There are people that are being tucked in jail without trial, being accused of things. There are human rights accuses against Traore that he should be arrested, he should be removed from the office. Who said that? A Nigerian. You see, we said when we started that Nigerians are terrible entities. Ghanaians, say the 5 countries I mentioned, they are terrible entities, black people. Black. In the light of what is going on, in the light of the great jobs done by Ibrahim Traore, and he's still doing it. Top YouTubers that are working, Wodemaya. Most of you know Wodemaya. Wodemaya went to Burkina Faso. I'll play you a video here after this one, so that you will now reason. You know, the first picture you saw here was Langley apologizing to Traore. Okay. So now, for these things to go on, and Langley put up this fake apology. Now, with this fake apology coming from Langley, to what Reno Omokri said, can we compare both of them to know who is a fool? You see, black people are useless. blacks, they are useless. They always use them for evil things. Whenever you look at something that is evil, look around there, you must see multiple, not just one black man, multiple black people around there. Multiple. They are attracted to wickedness, evil things. As educated as Omokri is, he came out to make this speech. He was a presidential media aide. He's speaking against his own. He's speaking against a man that is doing great jobs. You will listen to this video. Omokri is not in it. I don't even have any reason to play, but let me just play it for playing sake because I've already pulled it.
Stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
To informing and educating.
Exposed kids.
A lot of people think that there are narratives about Captain Ibrahim Traore that people think are not real. A lot of people think that all of these things about him building roads, building bridges, making Burkinabes happy, that they are all.
Look at, I got it from this guy's channel, but we are not going to play it because that guy is very irritating. You can see on your screen, Ibrahim Traore is fake and a propagandist, says Reno Omokri. In Nigeria, every day, there are people being killed. Islamic insurgents, fake election. All these things going on. Reno Omokri has never said anything. The president of Nigeria today, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, never won the election, but he's there. Reno Omokri never said anything. Okonjo Ngozi came out and she said, oh, the West, they want him, so let him stay there and let's keep praying for him. Why was the reason for election? You see why black people are useless? They are angry that there are black people that are good, that are changing the narratives, such as Ibrahim Traore and others. That before Ibrahim Traore will wake up the consciousness of blacks and blacks will now return back to who they ought to be or who they were before they went asleep. Instead of this thing happening, let us look for ways to destroy him. So who are they using? The blacks. The blacks. Reno Omokri making false accusations.
Fake and they are AI generated. In fact, somebody said that.
Wait, now I want to even ask a question. If Traore is doing this great job in his country and changing the lives of people that are there, why is it a headache to outsiders wanting him out at all costs? Why? Why will Langley rise up and say he's stealing gold? He's stealing his own property that we are going to arrest him. For more than 20 years, America has a military base there. America has never ever killed any Islamic insurgent. They have never ever cared for the people of Burkina Faso. A man came and started caring for his people. Now they call him a thief. But the thieves in Africa, they all have bank accounts in Chase Manhattan. They all have bank accounts or investment in SMT 500. They know these people. Why is it that they don't speak against them? They only target the uprights that come out to save their own people. And Reno Omokri, that has no legitimacy to speak, is speaking, calling out a great man.
Building bridges, making Burkinabes happy, that they are all fake and they are AI generated. In fact, somebody said that he's a propagandist, that all he does is propaganda. And I am wondering that why would someone say such about this man? Is it hate or the person is just being factual? In fact, he says that we should go and fact check it. There is this man called Reno Omokri, and he's a past special assistant to a governor, a president in Nigeria. Now, Reno claims that he said and he posted on X that all Ibrahim Traore is doing are all fake. That the man has a very good publicity stunt, and that nothing that we see or we hear about is happening in Burkina Faso. That those things are just on the internet to make people believe. It's make believe. Now let me quote some of the things that Reno said. He says,
now let's stop here now for now. You see this guy pulled it up on the screen. Let's stop here now. Reno Omokri said it's AI generated. We are seeing live videos. We are seeing live activities. We are having people on ground walk into Burkina Faso with their cameras, capturing things. Even Wodemaya did that. People are moving here for telling the realities. When Omokri came out and said it is AI generated. You see how useless Nigerians can be when they want to lie. They lie. These corrupt Nigerians. Don't get me wrong, it's not all Nigerians, but we are using this type of blanket statement to drive the consciousness of those that are dormant, those that have been counted as laybys, to wake up, change the narrative. The ones that are corrupt in the land, they are no more than those that are innocent. So you need to rise up. You see, when these people come out to lie, they say stupid things after you give them money. The spirit of the land, the ancestors, will just possess them to start talking rubbish so that they will not be constructive in whatever submission they make. The submission that Omokri put forward now shows that Omokri is just a useless man, a criminal for that matter. That is his X handle, his Twitter handle. You can see it has a blue badge. And for him to make this kind of statement on X, it means a lot. This statement has gone far to certain powers that be, that will make them have that interest of invading Burkina Faso, just as they did to Nigeria during the Biafra Civil War. Nigeria, the Igbos had a media blackout. For that reason, Britain wasted the lives of over 6 million people. Britain flew the planes that bombed us and killed our people. Today, nobody talked about it. Even if they want to talk about it, we have animals like Reno Omokri and others rising up to change the narrative because they're giving them little money and a house in US, in London, in France, in Germany. Just give them a house, give them little money. They sell their people immediately. Look at what Omokri said. Continue.
It is shocking that people watch these videos of the Burkinabe junta leader, Ibrahim Traore, speaking English fluently and inspiringly. And
stop. He even called him a junta. You see, this term, junta, is something that is irritating. You are calling your own junta. It's like saying, oh, this is a slave, he's a nigger, he's a negro, he's a slave. So you turn around, you look at the brother and say, you negro, you slave. That is what happens in Nigeria. We have a man like Asari Dokubo calling his own kith and kin slave, that they saw them as slaves. It's not a thing of the past. We'll bring the video here again. It happens every now and then in Nigeria. That is black people for you.
Cannot even fathom that these are AI generated videos. Now, he says Traore does not grant interviews because he and his propagandists do not want to know that he's not the one speaking in those videos. Now, how can you believe he has paid off all Burkina Faso's debts and he's now building free houses to Burkinabe people? He says they are all lies, that Burkina Faso's debt has actually increased and the country's debt is estimated at 65% of its GDP, which is far higher than Nigeria and Ghana. He says, stop here and assume I am lying to you, then research what you just read. So are we going to go and research this thing? Are we going to go and do a fact check? He also says that, those things about him coming up to show pictures of what is going on, that those pictures do not exist, and which media carried all of those things, that even the Burkinabe media, the media men in Burkina Faso do not show all of these things that we see.
So, let's stop it right there. You see, there are things that when you listen to, you get irritated. The purpose of us coming up here today is still part of this program, this very broadcast now. It's because he said those things are fake. They are all propagandists. Where are they? They abducted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Did Omokri say anything? Nothing. They can look elsewhere and say, oh, that side we need to fix it, but their home is dirty. Omokiri has never ever said anything. He has joined his voice with Langley because he is based in America, where they know he's a public figure, so they give him money. Go out there and talk. He started talking. He started talking trash. Ask Omokiri. Omokiri, can you go to your house in Nigeria, to your village, and sleep for 2 straight nights without locking your doors or without setting up security around your house? It's impossible. Omokiri will never do it. But Nnamdi Kanu rose up to stop the people that are causing this mayhem. Omokiri and others rose up against him. So you all can see where this whole bullshit is headed to. You all can see it. We are not making this up. We are not making it up. It's the truth. It is reality. It's reality on the ground that's playing out there. Now, this one here is Traore. So we are going to give it sound so that it will speak out.
We are not afraid anymore. Until you wake up, we will fight for you. You keep on sleeping, but the day you will wake up, we will fight for you. We are the 99%.
Where is it coming from? I wanted to... Okay. Yeah. So this is how I wanted to put up the program. So here, 1B.
Which is the poor?
Now, this is Traore, the same man that they have accused. Look at him walking freely in the public in Burkina Faso. What is he doing? He left, I think in this video, he got down from the airport and he decided to walk the city on foot. This is a man that they are accusing. This is a man after the people's heart. This is a man that Omokri said is AI generated. Now, I beg you all that are watching this video now, does this thing on your screen look like AI generated? Because it's a bit confusing. I would like to know. Now, listen to this girl.
And welcome to Burkina Faso. If you are coming to Burkina Faso to invest, I would advise to invest in a hotel or accommodation, because you know all these hotels are full. I've been here for 4 days and I can tell you that each and every hotel we go to is always full. So if you're coming here to do business, I think you should invest in a hotel, accommodation kind of thing. So invest and thank me later. Hi.
Stop there. You heard what she said. This is a new video. This is a new video. I don't think it's up to 2 days or 1 week. This very video now. This is a lady that traveled down to Burkina Faso. Like we said before, people are thronging into Burkina Faso. People are headed down there to do things. She says she's stranded for 4 days now, looking for a hotel to stay. Now she said people should come in and invest in hotels or accommodations or rentals and so on. This is a country that is thriving. This lady now, is she AI generated? Can't you see, my viewers, how certain Africans are being used to destroy their own land with their own hands? We are not going to take for long on this program, because we'll be ending soon. We'll play that other one next, then we'll come back again. We'll come back again with more insights. This is what the lady said. Listen to her once again.
Hi, and welcome to Burkina Faso. If you are coming to Burkina Faso to invest, I would advise to invest in a hotel or accommodation, Because all these hotels are full. I've been here for 4 days and I can tell you that each and every hotel we go to is always full. So if you're coming here to do business, I think you should invest in a hotel, accommodation, kind of thing. So invest and thank me later. Hi, internet work.
So we stop her there. You heard her. Huh? Now we are going to round up this broadcast with this very video. Huh? Yeah, we're going to round it up with this very video. Then we give the final analysis on the video before we round it up. Then we'll continue. It's a global protest and condemnation of what America, the crime America, wanted to get involved in. They are involved in it, but they are warning them now before it gets out of hand. That is why you see Langley coming to act that he is apologizing. Langley never apologized. It's a subtle move by the serpent to do the job from the inside. But we are too wise to let that happen. So listen. Yeah. Here's a video.
The president, I'm talking about the...
Stop. This is a video. You know, these Americans, they don't have shame. They don't have regards. They don't have respect for common sense. They don't. Trump looked at Trudeau and he said Trudeau is a governor. An insult to a leader of a top nation in the world. He called him a governor. He looked at Lesotho, he said a country that never existed, but America has the embassy there. Almost 100% of the Levi's jeans Americans wear comes from that area. The tailors there are the ones that are sewing it. But Trump said they don't exist. Trump said he has never heard of Lesotho. He said he's not even sure if any country like Congo if existed. A region in Congo has over 25 or $45 trillion of earth resources, just a region in Congo. And Trump said, I don't know about them, I haven't heard about them. But American military go there and keep carrying those properties. Oh, American military, ensure that you loot anything that you can see in Lesotho. For me, I don't know them. It's the same game. When we cried out, it brought about global awareness. So here, you see a collection of people speaking. Because these people are so mean. You can go to a sovereign nation to arrest their president and take him to the United States. Who the hell are you? Langley and the entire US military. Who the hell are you people? You can jump into a country, arrest the president, and take him to your own country. You accuse him of selling his own gold. That you want to go and arrest him. Stupid people everywhere. Listen.
What is going on in Burkina Faso? I mean, France and USA, they want to arrest the president. The president, I'm talking about the president of Burkina Faso, whose name is Ibrahim Traore. So they want to arrest him. For what reason? So how is that supposed to be done? I don't understand how you want to arrest a president of another country, a sovereign country in 2025. Just because he kicked out France off his territory, of his country, because France tried to steal all the minerals, and you know how it works. I don't have to talk about this. And this president, Ibrahim Traore, made medical care free and even education free. So now they say he's a threat.
Wait, you heard it. But Omokiri, a Nigerian that shares land neighbor with land borders with Burkina Faso, his own. He said everything is AI generated and Omokiri is educated. You see why Nnamdi Kanu say education is the worst abuse that they have given to Africans. You see, Omokiri, special aid and assistant to the president, he was in Aso Rock working. You will come out now to say Traore has good media publicity. What type of media publicity did they use for Buhari that died how many years ago, but yet ruled Nigeria. Omokri never said any goddamn thing about that till this moment. But he can come out to say things about Traore. God will punish him. My guy, continue.
To his own people. How is that supposed to be? Oh my God. All right. And then Malcolm X was right. Guess who they put in charge to do that? Another black man, another general from the US. I think his name is Langley. So they hired a black man to do harm to another black man. So Burkina Faso people, protect your president at all costs. Because I don't see nothing wrong with that president. The president only wants the good of his own people. And who are you to go tell someone that it's not good for their own people? I don't understand. No, this is getting out of hands. Friends, we know you behind this. Leave.
When a diaspora says they don't fuck with motherfucking African Americans, this shit right here is why.
You heard it. So, to you that always feel offended, oh, this guy talks down on us because we're black Americans and so on and so forth. We don't give a damn about if you are black Americans, green, purple, yellow Americans. We don't give a damn about that. It's because when you people see the truth, you look the other way around. Then later you come and preach, oh, let us show love. There's no such thing as love. The greatest love you can ever get is the truth. So love without the truth is deception. And this guy has said it all in this video. He said when the diasporans say they don't like us, it's because of this shit right here. Who is this shit? This shit that you are watching on your screen called Langley. Keeping a straight face, telling lies that ought not to be told.
Was Michael Langley, a Marine who is a general who has been appointed by fucking Trump to go after Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore has managed to turn Burkina Faso around within the last 2 years, and is managing to daggone unite Africa in the process. Mind you, all this comes because President Traore kicked out motherfucking France, and now France is crying to the motherfucking US to do the big one because they're known for taking out niggas. But I'm gonna tell you now, if Michael Langley or any motherfucking American troop is responsible for taking that man out, I need them to realize that their life is going to be hell when they come back to the fucking US. I need them to know that now. We gonna motherfucking light their motherfucking asses up. So if I was him, I would at least remember I'm black. Because the entire diaspora is calling that motherfucker a coon. And I'm gonna just sit here and motherfucking allow it. Because what black man steps up to the task to take out an African leader? A coon.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traore? Are you taking the piss? Like this man didn't kick France out of his country. Like this man didn't open up 2 tomato processing plants. Like this man didn't make medical health care free for all, no matter what your status is. And recently, over the last couple of days, made education free up until uni. And the dirty, stinking colonizers want to arrest him. Are we supposed to act like France didn't have its hands around Burkina Faso's throat for how long? And now we have a leader who's doing what no bumperclut cowardice African leader has done. And you want to arrest him on what charges? Listen, as a black people, if there's one thing we can all unite around the globe, it's because of this man, you understand? And he needs to be protected, all costs, spiritually, physically, mentally. He needs to be protected by every single one of us. They already tried to take his life 19 times, yeah? And it's clearly going up. So I suggest you start praying for this man, praying for his life, praying for his family, praying for his country. And to all of you cowardice African leaders, yeah, if they try and step to Traore, you You need to prove yourselves and try and protect him. Send military, send resources, send everything you can to make sure that he protects his country. That's what you should do. But we know how it goes already with you African leaders. You rather fatten up your pockets rather than look after your people. Some of you don't even deserve to be leaders, because if you're not even putting your life on the line for your people, for your country, what the hell are you doing trying to run it? You see how Ibrahim done it? And it only took him 18 bumperclot months. Yeah? And some of you have been leaders for over 20 years. Your people should spit in your face for the way you leaders left them high and dry and living in poverty and fattening up the pockets of the West. So come on, cowards. Show us what the heart of a lion is. Show us if you can live up to Ibrahim. Show us that you can rise to the occasion. Give us something, anything to be proud of.
You see this general here, this fool here. He tried to say that they must arrest Ibrahim Traore. Why? Because Ibrahim Traore gave them a middle finger because they want to steal minerals and gold and oil and everything in Burkina Faso. And he told them no. Not only them, he gave Saudi Arabia middle finger too. And France. So now Trump is waking up and he's like, oh, we need to arrest this guy.
Stop. You know, this thing, this movement is so subtle that people don't get to understand the gravity of what's on ground. He didn't just give those people the middle finger. He also gave that same finger to the Vatican, the ones that brought in your Jesus Christ that the black people love more than any other thing. Where we know too well that there is no J in the Hebrew letter. So how did the name Jesus came up? He gave that also to the Pope, and he rejected it. He rejected the IMF loan. They came to him, oh, let's give you money so that you can use it. He said, I don't want your money. I don't want anything from anyone. Then Saudi Arabia went there. Before Saudi Arabia went, Trump said, come. He said, take the middle finger also. Saudi Arabia came. He gave them the same thing. Leave us alone. We have been dying from ever since he was born into this world. As a child, Traore, 1987. He had not known a good life. Every day suffering, every day dying, every day people being killed. Up till now that he decided to become the president, the word now came. We are ready to help you people. And you see black people. Okay. The lady said, for 18 bombs, none of them leaders could do a thing for their people. None. And when we talk, you see people coming out, let's do it civilized. You know, we need to move things. Then you hear a man like Lumumba, oh, they are telling us we must stand up. Africa must unite. We must have one currency. We must have one land. We must have one army, including, what's his name? This EFF guy in South Africa, I've forgotten his name. Yeah, Malema. We must have what? Deal with the collective intelligence of the people of the land. They are too dumb to know what unity is all about. That is what Traore is doing in his country. That is what Assimi Keita and Abdulrahman Tiani are doing in both Niger and Mali. Waking up the collective consciousness of their people, making them to realize that they are more than what the world said they are. Because if you don't wake up their consciousness, saboteurs will be everywhere. That is why they can give his ADC $5 million. He rejected it and said he rather lives like a lion in the jungle than to live as a dog in the city. You see what's going on. But I love the responses coming from these blacks in the diaspora, more especially from the Caribbeans, Jamaica, because of this thing. What's the thing? The Usain Bolt decided to communicate directly with Traore. Yet Omokaru, a thief, a Nigerian thief, take this person, share it to Omokaru, and let this be a clarion call to all African countries, including the Caribbean. If you watch this video, the side of Omokri, that particular side, cut it out, make out his picture, and keep your eyes open. If you see him in your country, deal with him, because he's globetrotting now as a remote worker. He will come to your space, then you capture him and deal with him. And let Omokri be banished from the entire Africa, maybe, except only Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya. Those people can live in because they are all product of saboteurs. But if you see Omokaro anywhere, deal with him. Deal with him. Coming out to shamelessly tell lies. Shamelessly. He's lying. He's there lying. And Usain Bolt is congratulating the same man he's lying against. So who is a liar? Mad people everywhere. Continue.
And guess who he sends? Fellow black person. You know, like this narrative of that someone must conform to the Western norms, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And that's why China is where it is, because it said to the West, fuck off. China is way ahead of the US. They don't want to admit that. Most Americans think that they are ahead of China. They are not. China is way ahead of you guys. And it just took them 30 years. While you guys complain, start wars in other countries, busy destroying other economies, busy killing children and women, busy doing all, you know what, espionage and everything, assassinating other people's presidents that don't agree with your norms and your nonsense. China is building, growing. Yeah. The thing is, Ibrahim Traore is a great leader. He's a wonderful leader. Look at Libya. Is that the democracy you brought to Libya? Look at the democracy you brought to Libya. Look at it. You killed Gaddafi. For what? Because he wanted one Africa. Nothing else. Libya had the biggest irrigation scheme in the world. The biggest. Libya had the best economy in Africa. Libya's economy was bigger than France and Italy. They don't want to admit that. They keep calling him a dictator, The fuck? This is not some sci-fi or some things that you guys keep on peddling around and running around in your nonsense and keeping up, trying to tell us, oh, you need to do this. You are nobody's prefect. Who gave you this role of being a prefect of the whole world? Of thinking that you can tell the whole world where to go, when to shit, when to jump, when to... What? Run your own country. You have a lot of problems in your country. In fact, a lot of your infrastructures is in dire need. In fact, there are so many homeless people in your country, more than some other countries in Africa. So many. Look at the drug problem in your country. Drug addicts in your country is skyrocketing. Why don't you look at that? You're busy trying to tell us what to do. Leave Ibrahim Traore alone. That is just the reality. You don't run shit anymore. You might think that you run shit. You don't run shit. Give it time, you'll see. You don't run shit anymore. Look at Namibia. Yeah, for any American to go to Namibia has to get a visa. For us to come to the US, we need a visa, right? It's not easy to come to the US, right? But it's easy for you to come to Africa. We should change that. Yeah, you think we have nothing? In Africa, you call us poor. Why are you concerned by Africa, with Africa? Leave us alone. If we are poor, leave us alone. The fuck?
I think I know how we as Africans can help Ibrahim Traore and ensure that this is not just another one of the great leaders we've had try to start something and end, because we all want what he's doing. We all want that for all our countries. We all want to see a better world for ourselves here in Africa, in every country in Africa. So here's the thing. I spent most of my time looking at human behaviors, studying human behavior and how they associated with the different aspects of the matrix brought to play. When I say different aspects of the matrix, I mean social media, and by social media I mean media, television and all that, school and society and religion. I take most of my time to figure that out because I feel like that's what we all need to be focusing on if we need to create a different world for ourselves. Now, why is this important? Every time we have a leader in Africa who is actually making tremendous change in their country, there are always a couple of mishaps here and there, or misunderstanding or like miscommunications that go down. What do I mean by this? The US and France are currently trying to take down Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, and we all know they cannot just get in there and just all over, because why? There's this thing they created after the World War. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Now they need to have a logical reason to infringe the rights of another country without the international getting involved. Now they look for one and they play us. Number one, we always hear the narrative that an African country cannot manage its resources. It needs help to manage its resources. My South African sisters, y'all are very too familiar with this statement being thrown around, because the apartheid and the white people in your country do say that a lot, that they're there because you people need help managing your finances, which you do not. Okay, now that's the first thing they're gonna do. They're gonna say there are resources that are being misused and we need help doing it. Number two, they're gonna turn him into a terrorist. They're gonna tell us how he's evil, how he's killing, he's shooting schools, and they might actually go an extra extent of putting people in that country to do those things so that that news can at least look realistic. They need to divide and conquer. So they're gonna divide the people and the leader and the rest of the world. So now you very privileged white people are gonna be sitting at home saying, oh my god, I need so much help, forgetting that y'all are having at home. But back to my point, these are two of the tactics they use. The number three, if they do not succeed to do that, they will directly go for him. Now, how do I think we can change this? You see, we're in a very, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new era. A lot of you are spiritual. I need every spiritual babes out there or man to give Ibrahim Traore just one layer of protection. And I know you know what I mean by that. If you protect your energy, I know you know what I mean by that. Everyone, just give him one layer of protection. And I believe we will avoid option number three, where they will try to kill him in a car crash or a plane crash or everything else they do. Now we have two options in our way that we do not know how to get away, or you do not know because I didn't. Now I'm gonna tell you. Here's what we have to do. We have to get loud. We have to get loud. We have to go on every possible social media and put out the information that Ibrahim Traore is a tremendous leader. He is doing such good work, and the only people who want him down are people who want to bring back slavery. And I know that sounds like very huge language, but it is very necessary. Because you need to understand, once they cannot do it diplomatically, they will do it as the savages they are. And they will try and turn us into slaves again. Understood? We have two simple assignments. Get loud on every social media platform ever, and show eyes, ears, everything. We look at them. We make sure they know we are looking. Everyone has to have their eyes on them. Okay? And we need everyone who's inside Burkina Faso to start putting putting out photos and videos of the good work he's doing, we need to put out this into the press, into everywhere. Like, it has to be everywhere, that even when they try to start that propaganda, we can retaliate. Why do I say we? Because see, whatever is happening in Congo right now and in Burkina Faso could happen to all of us. Because each and every country in Africa has something that they offer. And in the tariff wars, you have seen they have done everything except mention where they actually get the raw materials for their things. It means one thing and one thing only. All these continents disagree on everything but agree on one thing, and that's the subjugation of Africa.
Not any platform that I got opportunity to speak, I said that Burkina Faso, this fighting is not for only them, it's for entire Africa.
Yes.
When we say no, we say no. Ibrahim Traore must be protected. If anything happens to Ibrahim Traore, it should know that the entire world, there won't be a peace.
Yes.
It's a heartbeat of Africa. After they eliminate our heroes, we find it very difficult to see a hero like Ibrahim at his age for what he is doing. So now that God this is God. I'm not talking about white God. This is our ancestors. The God.
Now let's stop it there because we are winding down the program right now. I'm winding down the program. As you all can see on your screen, that this same evil man called Langley, this same evil piece of shit called Langley, finally jumped out to tender a fake apology here. So, with this apology he tendered, I'm sure that now it's having some sort of ripple effect because Africans are so easy to be deceived. But why Ancient Edu keeps hammering this hard is because we know that the mindset of the black man needs a torpedo, a ballistic missile to reset it. It has to be hard. You have to hit their mindset with a nuclear reactor so that they can wake up, because this sleep that the blacks are sleeping, they have been sleeping it for centuries, even millennia. That's why you can have a slave like a Mercury coming out to blatantly spill lies from his mouth. You can have a serpent like William Ruto coming out to say that Traore is a junta and he means no well for his land. That's why you can see all these people talking. That's why you can see Lumumba just giving us rhetorics always without mention. If Lumumba will come out today to mention names specifically, I believe there will be a change of narrative. But if there is a change of narrative, there is another of his brother from his country that will eliminate him for the same people that he's working for. Our message is clear. And we owe no one an apology for the way we make our broadcasts. Like us or hate us, we don't give a 2-cent fuck. We don't care about any boom plan coming up here to make us understand how we should speak for political correction, or we should make careful speech. Because whatsoever that is going on right before our faces, and we see it every single day. So there is no how that we should be able to twist the narratives. Because tomorrow, another hero will arise, like Traore, perhaps from my own land or from my own home, that will speak rubbish against me, just as Traore is doing. Blaise Compaoré was paid to eliminate Thomas Sankara in 1987. That was the same year. Thomas Sankara returned again immediately in the person of Ibrahim Traore. So we are on the move. This liberation will go places. And Asian to do, we keep doing what we know how to do best. We'll break down the narratives the way we can, so we don't care about how you feel. Okay? Back to the point. Never ever listen to the apology of the serpent on your screen. You apologize to Mr. Ibrahim. You must be mad for being Mr. Langley. If you can call Traore Mr. Traore, then there is no need to call you General Langley. You are Mr. Langley. That is how you Americans are so boastful. You don't give honor and respect to who it is due unto. You only give for benefits, for what you will get back in return. So, with this, we have come to the end of the broadcast of today. We'll come back here again, and we're going to give you all the other parts of this very program. The most important thing right now is waking up those that are sleeping by any means that you can. By any means that you can. Even if it's to pour them hot water to wake up, we'll have to do that. You must wake up and you must realize that the world have changed. Stop being slaves. Stop jumping as a puppet. Whenever the puppeteer pulls the string, you jump. Stop jumping and stand firm. Because for a man like Langley at his position in the American military, or with his position in the American military, to do this shameful act, it speaks great volume. And no matter how highly placed opposition these Africans are, that they are worthless, except for a very few, collective few, that are men and women of integrity and honor that will stand to death doing the right thing. So, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay.
Safa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa
Isizo saba
Kemula moyo Hani boga lize Wimanye wemolo Safa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa
Isizo saba
Kemula moyo Hani boga lize Wimanye kala Safa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa
Isizo saba
Alamola Hani boga lize Wimanye wemolo